Most people think procrastination is a time problem. It's not. It's an emotion problem. We don't procrastinate because we're lazy, we procrastinate because we're overwhelmed. We don't delay tasks because we don't care, we delay them because we care too much and we're scared we'll fail. And that's why the 2-minute rule isn't just a productivity hack. It's a doorway to freedom. There was a time when I'd wake up every morning and say, "Today I'm going to get everything done." And by 9 p.m. I was scrolling through my phone, buried in guilt. My to-do list was untouched. My dreams delayed again. I thought I needed more motivation, but what I really needed was momentum. That's when I stumbled upon something so simple I almost ignored it, the 2-minute rule. Here's how it works. If something takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. Send that email, fold that shirt, write that first sentence. Open that document, but here's the secret part, the part most people miss. The 2-minute rule isn't about finishing tasks. It's about starting them, because once you start, everything changes. Psychologists call this the Zeigarnik effect. The brain hates unfinished tasks. Once you start something, your brain wants to finish it. That's why just beginning, even for 2 minutes, triggers focus. It's like tricking your brain into productivity. I decided to test it out. I told myself, I'll just write for 2 minutes. That was it, no pressure, no big goal. 2 minutes turned into 10. 10 turned into an hour. Before I knew it, I had written 3 pages, all because I started small. And I realized, we don't fail because we can't finish things. We fail because we never start. Procrastination feels heavy because we think too far ahead. We think about the whole mountain instead of the first step. The 2-minute rule reminds you, you don't need to climb the mountain today. You just need to put 1 foot forward. Think about how many dreams you've delayed, not because you couldn't do them, but because you told yourself, I'll start later. Later becomes next week. Next week becomes never, but 2 minutes, that's easy, that's doable, that's how it begins. I remember a friend who wanted to get in shape. He kept saying, I'll start working out when I have time. So I challenged him. Don't work out for 30 minutes, just 2. He laughed, but he tried it. He did push-ups for 2 minutes a day. In a week, he added squats. In 2 weeks, he was doing 15 minutes. By the end of the month, he was running every morning, all from 2 minutes. Here's the truth, motivation isn't what gets you started. Action does. Every time you start, even for 2 minutes, you create a small win. And those wins stack up. The more you start, the more you believe you can. And the more you believe, the less you hesitate. That's how momentum is built. Here's what I realized. Procrastination isn't a time thief, it's a confidence thief. It convinces you that you'll never change, that you'll always be stuck. That discipline belongs to other people. But the 2-minute rule breaks that lie. Because every time you start, you prove your mind wrong. Let's make it real. Think about one thing you've been avoiding, one task that's been sitting on your list for days, weeks, maybe months. Now ask yourself, what would happen if I just gave it 2 minutes? Comment below, what's that one thing you're finally going to start today? When I started using the rule daily, I noticed something strange. My mornings felt lighter. My anxiety dropped. I didn't feel paralyzed by long lists anymore. I just told myself, start for 2 minutes. That's it. Even my brain started rewarding me for starting, a small hit of dopamine every time I took action. But week 2 was harder. I began to face resistance. My brain said, you're tired, you'll start later. But I learned the trick. Don't negotiate. Just count down 3, 2, 1, start. Once I began, momentum took over. That's when I realized procrastination dies when action begins. The 2-minute rule changes your identity. You stop being someone who delays and become someone who shows up. Every start becomes proof that you're capable, and those tiny acts build a new self-image. I'm someone who follows through. That's powerful. One morning I sat staring at a blank page for half an hour. Nothing, no ideas. Then I whispered to myself, just write 1 sentence. That 1 sentence became 3 paragraphs. That day I wrote one of my best pieces. And it wasn't because I was inspired. It was because I started. The 2-minute rule is not just a tool, it's a philosophy. It teaches you to act before you overthink. Because the longer you wait, the heavier the task becomes. But the moment you start, the weight lifts. You don't need motivation, you need motion. Imagine if you applied the rule everywhere. Want to read more? Just read for 2 minutes. Want to meditate? Sit for 2 minutes. Want to start a business? Brainstorm for 2 minutes. Small starts lead to big shifts. That's how real change begins, quietly, simply, consistently. The rule isn't about time, it's about trust. It teaches you to trust yourself again, that you'll do what you say you'll do. Because when you start honoring small promises, you build the strength to keep the big ones. The reason you procrastinate isn't because you're lazy, it's because you've lost trust in your own follow-through. But every 2-minute start rebuilds that trust, brick by brick. And here's the twist. The goal isn't perfection, it's consistency. The days you don't feel like it matter the most. Because every time you show up anyway, you prove to your future self that you're unstoppable. A few months later, I looked back and realized the 2-minute rule had rewired my entire life. My mornings were productive, my mind felt lighter, and my procrastination almost gone, because every time I started something small, life rewarded me with progress. So here's the truth. The 2-minute rule won't just help you finish tasks. It'll help you become the kind of person who no longer fears starting. You'll stop waiting for motivation and start creating it. You'll stop being controlled by fear and start being driven by momentum. So next time you find yourself procrastinating, don't overthink it. Don't wait for the perfect time. Just ask yourself, what can I do for 2 minutes? Because 2 minutes today can change everything tomorrow. Start small, start now, start messy. Because every great achievement began with a moment of courage that lasted less than 2 minutes. The rule is simple. The impact, life-changing, so go start. And watch how your entire world shifts 2 minutes at a time.